Aries, Taurus, to your mid-month reading for September. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Okay, guys. After this, I am doing the lunar eclipse reading, so that'll be up pretty quick. So let's see what's going on with you. Best messages coming out. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome, and cross watchers, of course. Remember, guys, this is a general reading, okay? So anything that does not fit or, doesn't resonate, go ahead and throw that away. It's meant for someone, okay? Take what does resonate and then use your discernment to, fill in the pieces, right? Okay. Best message, please, for the beautiful Aries, Taurus. Okay, let's see what we got here. A win or lose situation with the Five of Swords coming out. Swords. I feel like this is a love situation. It doesn't have to be love, but the main energy is love. I'm just really focused on that heart. Someone that you really adore, somebody that you just feel like somebody's using you, somebody who's important, someone who's got your heart, right? Whether it's literally a loved one or it could be a family member, right? Or a really good friend, but it does feel like you're giving more than they're giving. Don't feel like there's much verity here. Let's see what's going on. Clarify on the situation. Yeah, I just feel like you feel like you're getting used within this situation. I give you my heart. I give you everything. I really do feel it's love, though. I have to go that way. If you know it's not love, put in place, what resonates for you. Okay. You have the Six of Cups. So there's definitely, some reminiscing of how things used to be. Wanting that love back, wanting it to be the way it used to be. Desiring to recapture, right? That love the way it once was. If you know it's not you, then it could be the person you're dealing with. More than anything, it's mostly your energy. Just kind of like thinking back, like I remember when, I would give you, my heart and soul, and you would give it back. Now you just kind of turn your shoulder to me, right? And it just feels like I'm, you always want, but you never want to give me anything, So feeling like you're being taken advantage of. 13, release. Letting it go. There's no stability. Oh, Six of Cups again. No stability. It's almost like there's no stability in what you want with the Six of Cups. So it's almost saying like, I want this to return back the way it is, but it just keeps like I'm releasing it because there is no stability, because it's not going to return back to what it was. It's more of a happy memory that just does not feel like it's coming back around. Like I would love to recapture this love. I would really love for this to be the way it was, but I just feel like it's dead. It's not going where I want it to go. You're trying to release the darkest fears. You're trying to get out of your head about the situation, releasing the worries of the situation, releasing the pains of the situation. Man, chakras to the chakras. This is crazy. Trying to empower yourself and get the strength back. within yourself, but you just feel like they're not nurturing you the way they used to. For some of you, this could be the mother or father of your children. Some of you, this could be literally your mother or a mother-like figure. Some of you could even say that after I had the baby, it's not been the same. You may have felt like before you had kids, we had the world in our hands. This is for someone, not everybody. If it's not for you, throw it away. But I am feeling this, like, you know, once I got pregnant, we had the kids, we had the world at our shoulders. We were always out, always going out, doing all these things. And just everything became so hectic, you know, building a family and everything. And now it just feels like I'm being used. You know, maybe I feel used because all you want me to do is cook for you and watch the kids and do this and that. Well, you know, maybe you're playing video games and you're doing this and you're doing that, but I feel, why do I feel like you feel like you're ignored? And the ignored just could be just not the nurturing. Like, I'm giving you all the love and you're not giving me anything, but I do feel like for somebody that you're feeling very ignored. Or maybe I'm also getting this other feeling too that like your mother was your mother before she remarried. And now she's like pulling away. And you feel very hurt about the situation with the Five of Swords. You feel, you know, kind of misplaced. Like I don't belong, you know, but I still try to push as much as I can with the Five of Swords. Like I'm still pushing. You know, but you keep kind of like trying to take my swords away. Right? So it's causing this rift. And there's no clarity. Because it just feels like maybe they're, you know, not looking at your feelings properly. You try to call them, they ignore you. So it just feels like there's a lot of disagreements no matter where this situation is and who this person is. And it just feels like you keep getting hurt and they keep hurting your feelings. But you keep giving. You keep putting it out there. So it just feels like now you're letting it go and you're not going to push so hard. You're kind of taking back because they're not listening to you. It's kind of like you're wishing them the best, right? But you're still kind of in this nostalgic feeling of, you know, this is what I still yearn for. But for now, I'm just going to let it go. My intentions are to, you know, one day, you know, pray that, you know, everything will be back at peace, be back the way it was in the Six of Cups. Five of Swords again. There's just a lot of, you feel that there's competition. They may have made you competition between somebody else, or they're sneaking around, or, you know, but you just feel like there's a lot of disappointment. And I do feel like maybe you did, right? Maybe at one time you were. Maybe that's why you're letting it go, because maybe you did feel like you were kind of trying to win at all costs, right? I was trying so hard. And it still wasn't working, so I'm letting that go now. Some of you, it's a love relationship and it is a marriage. I can't seem to win. I keep, you know, I'm cutting my losses. I'm getting rid of this situation or this relationship because, well, it's going against the grain. We can't seem to get along, or there's just too many disagreements to, you know, whatever the situation is. It weighs you down a lot. There's a lot of lack of motivation when it comes to this other person. You could be dealing with a fire sign, a Gemini, a Taurus, Cancer, Pisces. But it does feel like you might even feel bored within this situation. Maybe they ignore you to play video games and you're getting bored. Lack of motivation, lack of passion. And it's almost like you're almost becoming lack of empathy. Yeah. right? You're just like, I don't even, but I've tried so hard. You feel very isolated, very lonely right now, and it does feel like you are withdrawing from this situation and you have distanced yourself, or they have distanced themselves from you. You could be dealing with a Virgo who's distanced themselves, and you just feel like they have to completely 100% withdrawn. So whether that's you or them, put it where it needs to be. This is where it just feels like you're going to detach and really find the freedom within the situation as you are detaching from this feeling, right? This negative kind of feeling, um, where it's going to restore the control and really bring in that solar plexus of that inner strength and inner will. Yeah, as you have the Queen of Cups coming in, there's going to be a lot of healing, finding yourself emotionally stable where you felt like the relationship is not stable, and really nurturing yourself, really caring for yourself, bringing more compassion and comfort into yourself, um, not doing everything for everybody else because they seem to disappoint you. It's kind of like I'm doing everything for you, but you're not doing anything for me. So you're like you're giving the time back to yourself instead of worrying about pushing it out all over the place to this person who just seems to be all haste. They seem to, not show any self-expression. They don't really want to pay attention. I mean, literally, at least if the Page of Swords was right side up, it would say that they're watching, they're paying attention, they're talking with you, they're communicating, and this upside down is saying, I'm not paying attention to you at all. I do feel that's what it is. They're literally, it's like you give to somebody who ignores you. I mean, that's literally a card of you. I'm ignoring you, but I have no problems taking that from you. Thanks, right? Thanks, Aries, Taurus. I'll take that. That's awesome. Thanks. But then they never want to give anything back. They might not even tell you thank you. They might not even say thanks. They're just like, oh, cool. It just becomes brutally to the point where you're becoming very brutally honest with yourself. The mental clarity is like this deep inner clarity of where you might have felt you had clouded judgment before, maybe just rethinking the situation. And I just feel like the clouded judgment is like it'll turn around. It's going to fix itself. It's just temporary, but it's going on, right? And on, right? And now you're just realizing it's just not, right? It puts me into this low energy place of where I feel like I'm struggling, to just get that love back. I push it out to you, you don't want to give it back. So you're bringing in the zest for life. You're becoming that courage and that fire, taking on that fire piece of yourself. You're really going to ground yourself over here with that Taurian energy. And then really going to use this Queen of Wands, which is my Leo card, but it's full of fire. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter, right? Because no matter what, you're sitting in your own element of that, saying, I have this courage and this confidence. I'm using that fire. And yes, you may feel like I'm being a little secretive. You might feel that I'm being a little, I even want to say maybe a little catty about the situation. That's funny. You might have Leo rising or Leo heavy in your chart too. But no matter what, it's that focus and that passion that's coming back, but you're doing it all in a different way. You're doing it now, see, you're doing it for yourself and for those who you need to push that out to. Meaning, like, if your spouse or your whoever is not paying attention, it's like, I'm going to push that to the children, right? I'm just going to give it, not saying you weren't before, it just means you were spreading to them and to the children, but now you're saying, no, I'm going to focus it on myself and to the children only. Forget it, because you're not giving me back what I want anyways, right? Because I just keep, and it hurts. So this is where you're going to find that you can find that harmony within yourself as you free yourself. This is a lot of freedom of how I'm going to free myself from not doing this. I don't need to push that anymore, because why would I push something that I'm not going to get in return? It's ridiculous. There's no reason. It's really, really no reason. You're over the point that I'm trying to say over here, guys, is, and I know it's not heartless, it is overextending yourself for someone who doesn't give a shit. Take it how it resonates, you know. Absolutely. Don't tell me they have lack of passion. Don't tell me. And yes, it could be because they're stressed out. But even if they're stressed out and they're, doesn't mean that they should cause conflict and, impatience with you and then ignore you. I see so much ignoring. It's like if you're going to have this coming together and you're going to be together, it's like then you should open, especially if it's a marriage, or commitment of like that, you should be open to your partner enough to want to try to fix the situation, not separate yourself from the situation. But if it's no matter who the situation, is dealing with, there's so much scattered energy. It's almost like you get lost within it all. But it does feel like they expect you to do so, and that's where you're pulling back your energy and saying, "Stop expecting it because there's nothing now. You've overextended my energy. You have not told me thank you. You have not showed me the love that I give to you." Plain and simple, it doesn't matter. That's it. You have it not. I am, and I tell you these things and you don't want to give it back. So it's kind of like talking to a wall. Who the hell wants to stand around and talk to a wall all day? Yep. Overall outcome for the situation, please. Choose your battles wisely. 7 of Wands. Saying I'm not taking it anymore. Because on a love situation, the 7 of Wands says I'm done. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my breath. I'm wasting my energy. Just like a star card, pretty much. I'm not going to choose this anymore. I'm fighting a battle of nothing. I'm standing my ground for what? Blossom. I'm going with my own inner calling. That is the same as the judgment card, excuse me. This says I'm going to make things blossom around me where I want things to blossom around me. So, and that's good though, because it's sitting kind of next to the Queen of Wands over here in the Queen of Cups. So becoming these two areas here, you're saying, this is where I'm going with my own inner calling. This is where I'm going to where it's, I want to use the word righteous for me. I don't use that word much, but that's the word I'm hearing. It's where things will grow. Or I make them grow. Or I make them come together. It's like you're definitely turning this new leaf. You're expanding. You're making a new phase in a new way. Saying, well, this is where my soul wants me to go, so this is what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to stand over here and stand this ground anymore for somebody who doesn't want to participate. Right? Because the whole idea was win or lose, and now I'm coming to the conclusion I'm on the losing side. But I was fighting my way. So it does feel like the beginning of the mid-month, it's like, you're just done fighting your way. It just like, I've been in this, I feel like you've been in this 5 of Swords energy when it comes to this situation for a while. And now you're really turning that new leaf. You really want that joy and that stability. You have daydreams and decisions that you need to go on. There is a lot of 7s in this reading, and a lot of 5s. But I do feel like whatever the situation is for you, it's like this opens these new doors and these new ideas and these, I'm going to do things that make sense, because this doesn't even make sense. It's like almost to the point to where it's like, what am I doing? It's like, because the judgment makes you have a wake up, right? It's a wake up call. So it's going to definitely bring you in. You're going to say, why am I standing my ground for this situation? Either I'm going to let it go and continue on my relationship with my husband until he comes back around, or my mom, and just let them do what they want. And that's fine. Letting them go doesn't mean you're getting a divorce. It doesn't mean that you're completely just, throwing them away. What it means is I'm taking my energy and I'm putting it somewhere else. Hey, for a lot of you, hey, you know what? When they want to wake up and want to come back to the situation, then we'll deal with that. Right? It doesn't always mean I throw people away. You got to be very careful about that. When we talk about releasing, it does not mean, I'm divorcing or I'm going to leave you behind. Some of them they are. Okay? This does not mean that if it's your mother, you're just going to be like, and no more, mother, you're dead to me. You know what I mean? No, no, no. It means I'm releasing this situation. Hey, look, if she wants to ignore me, I'm not going to push you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to push on it anymore. I'm going to release it and just do for myself and then do for the children. And I'm not going to worry about it. Play your video games. Do what the fuck you want to do. Fine. I have other dreams and aspirations. I'll go, you know what? I'll go do other things. Right? If you catch me on a bad day, you might get cold dinner. Don't push me too far, mister. Right? But I mean, this is a serious note. This isn't tarot, we throw everybody away. I just want everybody to understand that. Okay, this just means I'm pushing my energy away from you until you get a grip, understand what's going on, or you want to come back to me and nurture me, right? And that's really what it is. And you're having this inner calling like, shh, if I stand over here and keep battling, this is not going anywhere. You know what? They want to withdraw, be distant, go in their hidey hole, do whatever they want to do, then fine. Go. But I'm not going to sit over here and try to nurture all of this stuff when you're not going to give it back to me. Some of you will. If this is just a relationship, it's boyfriend, girlfriend, and you feel like they're literally 100% taking it, you probably will be out. You probably will. You will say goodbye. You know what I mean? Or certain, friendships that don't have the energy enough to withstand, this type of things. I mean, if you've only been dating for 4 or 5 months, yeah, you probably are going to say, goodbye, I'll find somebody who can give me the passion. Absolutely. But I mean, if you've been married 40 years, you're just like, psh, balls to the walls, boy. And you keep it up, I'm not giving you all that attention anymore, but you keep it up tomorrow, you're going to get home and your food's going to be cold, See, that would be my scenario because I've been married for 30 years and, I'm not going to just throw away my husband because he wants to pick me over video games. You see what I'm saying? But I will have no problems every now and again if he really was acting up to be like, sorry, we all ate without you. You're going to have to heat that up in the microwave. You'd be like, ugh, right? But in seriousness, I mean, but in seriousness, what this is saying is you're turning a new leaf so that you can focus on something else, so that this doesn't hurt you anymore. Okay, so take it which way it's going for you. Okay, because like I said, this is a general reading. This is not a personal reading. If it was personal, we could say, hey, yeah, that's done. That's over. See you later. I'll find somebody else. Okay. Remain positive through this situation and get more information about the situation. Okay, so no need to worry. Everything's going to be fine in the end. It's just right now, you're just, you're ready to do what you know deep down inside, whatever conclusion you come out with, right? Whether you need a divorce or whatever you're doing, right? Or cut somebody off because they're, super evil, which, because of the devil, right? Like I said, every story is a little different. You're ready for that next move. You know what it'll be. Okay? You'll feel it. You'll know it. Okay? So it's like detach. No matter what, you're going to detach that energy so that you can move into a better place where you're going to feel like you have more victory. Okay? Where you feel like you're getting what you need. Even if it's just from yourself or, hey, I'm not going to mess around with you anymore then. Ignore me. I'm going to go hang out with my bestie. It's like he didn't even know you left the door, and it's like, and he didn't even know, and he didn't even tell me goodbye, or I gave him a kiss and he ignored me, didn't give me one back. Because I mean, it literally is something that they're definitely ignoring you, and you feel like you're putting in way too much energy into something that Spirit says it's just time to kind of detach and bring back to yourself and push it out to people who really really need that, want that, and accept that, and it'll be beautiful, and you'll feel so much better too. Until next time, my friends, peace and love. Bye bye.